Hi everybody, World of Enders here for another little build look, an update on my build, and a more in-depth look at it. I'm going to show you the skills, show you the traits, show you the equipment, and then I'm going to show you a couple of fights using the new updated build and actually go over it in detail while looking at it. And try to explain a little bit of what I'm doing and how you can use the build to play it as well. Okay, so starting off, I'll show you the traits. They changed a little bit. So, okay, to begin with, I moved out of fire magic and put it into air magic. I don't know if this is, I mean, it's very optional. You don't have to do that. I did like the 3 stacks of might on cantrips, but I took out one of my cantrips to give myself a chance of giving a little bit more damage, a little more punch. I think I do probably at least 50% more damage than I did in my old build. Definitely lost a lot of survivability, but I think it's better on in the overall scale because I've gotten good enough with the build that I didn't need that much survivability to play the game. By losing some survivability and gaining some power, I've actually gotten better overall. So instead of the fire magic, which gave power and condition duration and 3 stacks of might every time I use a cantrip, I went into air magic. So I'll move 10% faster while attuned to air, which is always nice. So for this major trait, it's very optional again. I use this one for now, 20% damage, more damage to foes with 20% less health. It's not bad. It's okay. It's good to like get the guy down in the last little bit if he thinks he's okay at 24%. Like he thinks he could hang on for a little bit longer, it won't work. Other options for this is, well, I mean, this is okay, but it's not great. And this is pretty good idea if instead of arcane power, if instead of arcane power you use another glyph of lesser elementals. I haven't decided yet which one I want to use. Having 2 elementals is always fun, and it lets you have your skills open and more uptime basically. Also, this does the same thing. It makes some of your attacks do critical, which is really nice. That's why I use it. But I still haven't decided really. But so if you wanted to go elemental instead of critical damage, I would say do the glyphs, recharge 20% faster. Finally, the other option is endurance regenerates 100% faster while channeling skills. I tested this, and it looks like it only works on 2 of the skills in this build, so it's really not that useful, but it's not bad. For instance, this one, channel, and this one. It doesn't seem that other skills do have cast times, like this one. It doesn't actually show you the channel skill though. There is, I think this one. It shows the channel skill, but it doesn't pop up. It doesn't have the Zephyr's focus. So I'm guessing it's not that useful. So I'm going to stick with the 20% more damage for now. Water magic, pretty much the same as it always been. Remove a condition when you grant regeneration to yourself or an ally. It's great. Dealing 2% more damage for each boon on you is great because you have a ton of boons. Cantrips, heal allies when also fantastic. Cantrips, you grant you regeneration of vigor. For this is great. And you'd regenerate health while attuned to water, obviously. But Arcana has changed. So this also is nice. More boons, gives you Fury. 20% critical chance is always nice, especially when you have low critical chance to begin with, which you do in this build. You have basically only 9% the way I have it spec'd right now. You can make it bigger. I don't think it's necessary because with this you'll get 29%, which is nice, and then with this you'll get 100% for a few skills. Arcane skills recharge 20% faster. This recharges faster, which is nice. Attunement bonuses last 5% longer, which is always great also for the regeneration or yeah, any of the bonuses. Arcane power 75% health. So at 75% health you get Arcane Power, but it's strange. I don't know if this is really a necessary trait because it's not the same Arcane Power. It doesn't say your next 5 attacks do critical damage, and it doesn't last an extended period of time, 30 seconds like this does. When at 75%, instead it gives like about 10 seconds of your attacks do critical damage, and I haven't noticed yet if that goes away when you use 5 skills or not, because I don't know, I just haven't been able to concentrate that strongly in the match to look at that. So I'm yet undecided whether this is an important skill. So instead of this, I could use what I was using before, which was Endurance recharges faster when wielding a scepter, which is really great with my dodge rolls. I had it for a bit set up that I had this and the other endurance regeneration thing, and basically every time I changed attunements I'd have a dodge roll ready, which is great because on 10-second cooldowns, seeing as though these are basically on 10-second cooldowns also each attunement, it means that I always have a dodge roll for each, a dodge roll ability for each attunement. Really fantastic in water because it gives you 2,500 health, as I have it spec'd. It could be 3,000 depending on my equipment. But you get blind, you get cripple or poison or bleeding, and you have fire and damage. I'm debating whether or not to make that part of the build itself. Just have a ridiculous amount of energy and of endurance, and just doing like using dodge rolls as part of my rotation to attack. But I don't know if the I mean, obviously dodge rolling to attack is great because not only do you do some damage and conditions, but you also evade at the same time. So it's a great strategy, but I don't know if it's too defensive or not. I'm also looking into that. So I'm going to keep it back at Arcane Power at 75% health. Other options again are that's about it. This I kind of want to use, but I can't because it doesn't work. Oh yeah, the other option is this. So instead of recharge 20% faster, I'd like to put this on, which is nice. Grants regeneration when I turn to water, which removes a condition. And the might is 20 seconds long on fire. So basically it gives you permanent might because your attunements swap every 9 seconds. So with permanent might, it gives you the option of equipping differently than I have right now. Right now, well, first I'll show you the slot skills. I'll tell you about that later. Same as usual, obviously amazing and important. Lots of health per cast. It keeps you alive. This is also fantastic. Break stun, teleport, maneuverability, and also a nice combo with the Churning Earth. I use it a little bit too often, Churning Earth, but it's a lot of fun, so I don't like to stop using it. Interesting to note though, if you cast Arcane Power before Churning Earth, and then like right before Churning Earth and cast Churning Earth, Arcane Power will go away after Churning Earth gets used, because it does 4 cripples for 1 second every second, or around every second as you charge it, and then the attack. So it uses up all 5 charges of your next 5 attacks to critical damage, even though the first 4 don't actually do any damage, they just do cripple. So I would recommend, if you're using Churning Earth and you want to make it automatic critical with Arcane Power, cast Arcane Power near the end of the Churning Earth cast. Okay, Arcane Power, obviously, 5 next attacks do critical damage. Use it at the end of Churning Earth or in your fire, when you're about to do your fire combo. Very effective, very good. And finally, Armor of Earth, great for its stability and its stun breakage and its protection. I really like it a lot. I like it more than Cleansing Fire, even though Cleansing Fire removes conditions, because I could remove a lot of conditions with this build anyway. And also I like it more than Mistform because even though it makes you invulnerable for a brief time, 3 seconds, they just chase you, and it just means that you still have your condition damage on you. You don't really heal anything, you don't really do anything, so it's really not that important for me. Oh, and again, you could change this for the Glyph of Lesser Elementals if you want. It's really up to you, it doesn't really matter. And for the Elite, Glyph of Elementals. This is no good because for some reason the spells you cast with this doesn't actually heal you through your healing skill, And also pretty much the same thing for the tornado. You don't heal at all, and you're not allowed to cast any of your skills, so although it's pretty powerful, they could still kill you pretty easily. Alright, so equipment. 4 on hand, Peacemaker, Scepter of Energy, very great. The energy sigil, it's for my dodge rolls, obviously. It's very good, very, very good, because it works on a 2-min swap. PvP Dagger of Bloodlust. Bloodlust I put on here. At first it looks pretty crappy, right? Because every time you kill a foe and it's max 25 stacks, it's 10%, 10 power each, not that great. But actually in PvP, every time you kill a foe, it stacks 5. So every time you kill a foe, you get 5 stacks of this. You really only need 5 kills in order to maximize the Bloodlust. And that's a lot of power. That's 250 power. And not only that, but in the beginning of the game, as long as you're being smart about it, with this build you're not going to die early. So you are going to get probably your 5 kills before you die, or yeah, before you go down. So 250 power basically built into the build is pretty great. There are other options. You don't need to use this. This could be really anything you want. Look into it. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so for the runes, here right now I have Rage because of my arcane power build. It does a lot more critical damage. I'm pretty much 75% of the time under the effects of Fury, so I'll get the full 15% extra critical damage and extra Fury duration. So it's more like 90% of the time under Fury, because I was on a 2-min swap. So on a 2-min swap, so you get Fury. So by the time the first one comes back up, the Fury will be almost still there. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so Fury, yeah. But the other options are this, because with because I have this on now, I have Might perpetually as well. By the way, for the Fury build, for the of Rage build, I wouldn't use this. I'd probably use the Arcane skills recharge 20% faster. But if I wanted to instead use Superior Runes of Strength, which I will right now, this is really good because it's extra Might duration, extra power. I don't really need precision, so actually this doesn't give precision, so that's fine. But extra power is great. Extra Might gives you more Might, and 5% damage while under the effects of Might, which is continuous, so it's just an extra 5% damage. Also, what you could do is, if you want a little bit more healing, go a little bit more healing with Superior Rune of the Flock. I would only do 5 of these, because you never use your healing skill, so you never really want to get to your 6th ability. So instead of your 6th rune, you'd go with the Duena or any other healing thing, or really anything else entirely. Right now I'm going to go Strength though. Amulet. I've always used to use the Cleric's Amulet with a Cleric Jewel in it, because you get a lot of healing power and power and toughness, which is great. I've stuck with the Cleric's Amulet because it's fantastic, but instead of the Cleric's Jewel, I put in a Valkyrie's Jewel just for a little bit extra critical damage, a little bit extra punch, and a little bit more power. I still get a little bit of healing, so that's nice, but it's definitely less survivability, not too much, so it's great, and more damage. I like the plus 5% critical damage. So yeah, with this build in its critical format, you'll be getting nice criticals actually. Like if you use your arcane power and do your Churning Earth when they're at low health, it'll be over 5,000 your hit, and that'll kill them for sure. So if you see somebody at low health, maybe 30% to 25%, I would use your Churning Earth to try to finish them off with Lightning Flash. Alright, so that's the build, and I'm going to do a fight. I'm going to turn off my sound, but I'm going to do commentary on it afterwards. Okay, bye everybody. Alright, so I cut out the first little bit. Here we have us in the center. One of our other guys went to take the windmill, so that's going to be taken for sure. And want to break a window here with fire. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work with either fire or lightning, so you want to switch to either water or earth to break these things. In this case, I think I just used a burst skill to knock it over. Oh, so there was a bunch of people guarding mansion, so I sort of just brushed past them because I don't want to be caught not on the node if I'm fighting 3 guys. I want to be on the node fighting 3 guys rather than for no reason getting killed. So it's gone pretty well. I seem to have picked up a friend. I hit 2 out of 3 with that earth skill. I probably didn't need to use it right then, but I did anyway. And yeah, so the tide has turned. I have my elite guy out. He's going crazy. And I see this guy weak over there, so I decide, hey, I think I'll pick him off. But he runs away. So I come back to the middle, try to capture some more. Mission accomplished so far because we made it neutral again. But now that we have a 3rd person here, it's going to be really easy to finish off these last guys. Oh, slowing down a bit. Okay. And this guy's low again. He came back for some reason. And he's dead. Both of my... Oh, he decides not to use any kind of... Oh, he was an elementalist. That's why it was so easy. And done. Our point is captured. Cyburn E runs off because he wants to cap some more. While we stick around and try to take the points. I think the video sort of lags a bit here, so it gets cut and then goes a little bit further. Yeah, so I start recording again like 5 seconds later. Oh, so we got a ranger coming up. Time for, well, not a one-on-one battle. Oh well. Sorry, ranger. Looks like you're in trouble. So we got it's a guardian and my elementalist against this ranger. So basically, neither of us are going to be hurt in any way, shape, or form. And this ranger's 3-on-1. He's screwed. I feel bad about this one. Meanwhile, he lasted a good 5 seconds, so that's not bad. And yeah. So here we have the point, so I decide to leave. Except we also have the windmill, so I'm not going to go there. And also, this is a pet peeve of mine. Sometimes when I switch to lightning, it automatically does the auto attack, the number 1 auto attack, and it doesn't work very well. Like it sort of continuously attacks even when the thing I'm attacking is dead, or anyway, it's really bad and it's hard to get out of. So I go in here. I'm just cleaning up because my friends have taken care of it. Oh, I got interrupted. Both of my skills that help me to down people are used up right now, so it's not going to be easy in any shape or form. As the elementalist goes down easy. Yeah, that's another pet peeve of mine, being an elementalist. I don't have very many good downed skills. But whatever. Okay, so obviously here we need to auto-balance because we're kind of dominating. And let's see what happens. Do I get auto-balanced? I forget. No, I don't. I don't get auto-balanced. Yay! First time. First time for everything. So I'm going to go cap the center point now. Let's see if I could tell you more about my actual fighting. Some of the Elementalist, I didn't know there was anybody coming. There isn't necessarily right now. I just did it because I assumed someone would eventually come. There you go. So here, actually, this guy is a very tanky necromancer. So he's doing very little damage to me, but I'm also not really damaging him. I think his health pool is ginormous. So I decided, since the point is captured, to come out and greet him personally. Tried to knock him off the edge with my blowback, but it didn't work. And here I teleport and 5 him. That was a nice one. I like that one. He's had health. He's got a friend coming up too, so I might be in trouble. I switched to fire, do a lot of damage with my arcane power. I had put that on. Switched to water because there was too many people. I was afraid. Back to lightning because I saw that I had friends, and they're dead. At least one of them is. This guy's going to go down pretty soon too. I don't want to get off the point because it's sort of a sucker's move. I have friends attacking him down close, so I don't really have to chase him. So I decide to stay here as much as I can. Hopefully nobody else neutralizes it. And he's dead, so I don't really worry about it. But as you can see, my one skill keeps going. The only way to get out of it, really, I switch to fire and do my burst, and then I'm done with that one skill. Ooh, shinies. Do reward chest, level 13. I don't PvP that much. I do it every once in a while. So only rank 13. And here I know we're winning, so I just sort of goof around. And so that's it. I probably didn't do a great job commenting on it, but hopefully you gleaned a little bit of information of how I play it, at least.